morning, Bill here. It's Wednesday, March 13th, 2024. Well, it's been another up week for all four metals. We have gold up another percent, silver and platinum both up 3% on the week, and palladium up 2%. So it's another good week for the metals. When we look out at a year ago from today, we have the monetary metals separating from the industrial metals of platinum and palladium. We have gold up 14%, and silver has begun to lead the way on a one-year basis. And we talked about that before. Anytime gold starts to have a good run, typically it's going to bring silver along, and silver will often outpace gold. Silver's up 15%, so it's leading the way on a one-year term. Platinum and palladium are both in a negative territory on a one-year basis. But we can see this rally continuing, and so we'll see what the future has in store. Hey, I want to talk to you today about the subject, is gold a good long-term investment? May seem like a silly question, but let's talk about it because there's some very important things we need to understand. First, we have to define long-term. And the fact of the matter is, no matter how we define it, gold qualifies. I know of no other investment, nearly no other, that has a long-term track record like gold. Gold has been an investment protecting purchasing power for over 5,000 years. Now, one of the closest things we could think of possibly might be real estate, but real estate, you have to there's risks involved. You could have even standing timber. What if there's a fire? It will burn up that timber. That will affect your real estate investment, and it could take many years, perhaps a generation, before you'll have sufficient growth in that forest to bring the value back. So even real estate, and there are no stock investments with anything like a 5,000-year track record. However, most people, many people don't live 5,000 years on this earth. So let's talk about a more reasonable time period, let's say 100 years. And a lot of people don't live 100 years, but we can pass these assets down. That's one of the great things about gold. It's private, physical gold, that is. It's private, can be privately passed to your heirs, and they can enjoy the continuing protection of purchasing power. I'm just thinking about my great-grandfather, for example, purchased some gold. $10 gold piece cost $10. Back then, the dollar was as good as gold. That was before the days of the Federal Reserve, and we began to see the value of the dollar begin to go down against gold. But nevertheless, when I was in my early to mid 40s, I received some of this family gold as an inheritance, or a pass down, if you will, and that began my journey of looking at gold. I'm 57 today, and what I've seen happen with that gold, that my great-grandfather paid $10 for a half-ounce gold coin, and whatever else he purchased, and that today, by melt value, has doubled 7 times. Just the value of the gold itself has doubled 7 times, and what he gave $10 for today is worth over $1,000, around $1,100 and some dollars. Now, if you include the historical collector value, which involves some subjective judgment, but based on what I've researched about the coin, it doubles almost again, an 8th time, and is worth over $2,100 for that $10 gold piece that he paid $10 for. So is gold a good long-term investment? Well, it sure has been for the last 57 years. And even if you don't need to spend the gold, you're able to pass it on to the next generation. And so Is it a good long-term? Yes, it is. It can be, but we need to buy it correctly. And what I mean is in the last quarter, we've heard that Costco, the discount retailer, has gotten into selling gold and silver bars, and they claim that they've sold over $100 million worth of precious metals at their big box retailer stores. Now, or maybe online, a mix of the two. But one thing we have not heard of is people that needed to redeem their gold and silver, they have bought back zero. They have not bought back any of that that we know of. And that's an important point to remember. One of the reasons to invest in gold and what makes it a good long-term investment is if and when you need to cash it back into the current, whatever the current currency is at the time, gold is something you can get your funds back from. But that's only if you're dealing with someone that actually buys it back. And so that's why it's important to deal with a reputable precious metals dealer like the United States Gold Bureau, who will not only sell you valuable and reasonable precious metals, gold, silver, platinum, palladium, but will also purchase it back when you need to sell. So keep that in mind. It's not a one-way transaction. Eventually you may want to exit that to provide for some family financial need. And so it's good to have a precious metals partner on your side. Thank you for tuning in. We'll see you again soon. God bless.